try and make one for YouTube without mentioning again the 2020 thing. The 2020 thing that they did, and they're bringing back, they're having more variations on it. It is amazing to me. It's amazing to me that you could have two corrupt political parties, that all of intelligence communities have to be corrupt unless there's some guys just, again, the demon stuff goes deep. Maybe we should wait. Maybe they're biding their time trying to figure it out. But biding your time 22 years after 9/11, I don't know. Like, what's their next move after the 2020 thing? I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. I'm pretty sure I know exactly. The 2020 thing was designed to give brain fog so that when they AI torture, AI mind control, AI brain read, mind map, whatever they're doing, the amount of data you could gather on someone, once you have a program that, like, every time he gets up, this neuron fires. Like, once you're that deep. And they flexed it on me plenty with like, oh, I just thought that. All I did was think that yesterday, and now they're shoving it in my face. I wonder where the demon possession starts and where the mind control torture starts. Like, which is which. It gets hard to even know if I have any actual intentions of my own anymore. But yeah, it is mind-boggling to me that there's, like, not one guy, like, you know, not one dude among their ranks who breaks ranks. And there's millions of you people, right? I know they got themselves convinced of, like, ideas like greater good, and, like, they'll put that, I'm just gonna walk greedy over here. How can I stay greedy over here? Oh, greater good. I am doing the 2020 thing for the greater good. I mean, I look at things a little differently. Like, when I look at quality of life and I see like just the beaming, like, 90-year-old African tribesman who just like he loves life and his eyes are wide with hope and joy and peace, and I'm like, oh, and then you guys, like, cause, like, I know, I'm sure when they did their Ebola hoax, their HIV hoax, that they HIV is a wild one. People have put them to the test on that and, like, come back with positive and negative results on the same day when they go test themselves and test the testers. Like Dr. Wilner said, HIV is a condition of starvation. Like, your immune system shuts down, attacks yourself, whatever. I don't know the exact science on it, but sadly we lost Dr. Wilner a year or two after he started saying that. You say Dr. Wilner and you think, oh, doctor. But Dr. Wilner was a doctor. He was a PhD and an MD who decided he needed to get on TV and talk about he accused Fauci of genocide in 1995. I mean, I'm not, like, I don't like accusations for suspicion, but and again, like, maybe they all just have to get demon brain hollowed out before they're participating, and that's how they because, like, for me, I've been running on, like, well, I remember what was good. I remember good things were good. Now I can't feel it anymore. I can't emote it anymore. But anyway, how is there the Office of Naval Intelligence, and they're sitting there like, oh yeah, biological, I can't say these words in free speech land, but I mean, I hate to be this guy, but, like, you guys, you're guilty of that. You're guilty of participating, guilty of turning a blind eye, guilty of, it's not me. You always break down problems to extremes to examine them, or to good analogies. And again, if it was a rape next to you in the street, you're like, oh, not my problem. I'm a firefighter, not a police officer. I'm not involved in that. Like, all it takes to stop them, you find yourself caught in the evil organization. Like, I know, me personally, 20 years ago when I could feel, I would have thought, wow, superhero. If one of you guys would have broke ranks, just lest I appear to be trying to be manipulative here, like I'm actually saying, like, you guys should step out of your Nazi agendas. But then, I don't know. I would say God has shown me that he's super, super, super forgiving, but I've never experienced it personally. Just, hey, look at this example here. But to me, it's also despair-inducing, right? It's like, okay, this is what I gotta just get to wake up and be tortured by Nazis again and again. I mean, anyway, that's what it is. That's what it is. So yeah, ridiculousness. But what can you say? Again, solid evidence. If you have a brain, 2013 U.S. Congress got together and repealed the ban against domestic propaganda. After that, we had a 5,000% increase in televised school shootings. That's me doing very conservative math. I want it to be sensational, about 5,000%. It's probably closer to like 30,000%. A ridiculous increase in the number. From we had Columbine, that was real. We had, I assume, like the Amish school shooting was, but I'm not sure. But anyway, we had like 3 of them in like 20 years before that. But that's where I'm being conservative. Like, I could push numbers like they do. Like, well, technically it was like 60 years. We had Kent State, so we had like 4 in 70 years, the mass school shootings, and then we all of a sudden have 2 or 3 every week. Like, a little bit wild, a little bit crazy, a little bit what's the atmosphere like, and who wants the atmosphere to be dark, gloomy, and demonic? My guess would be evil forces. But I have no handle on that stuff. I still pray 2 different ways. I mean, sometimes I go Jesus, sometimes I go Yahweh. Very much leaning Yahweh, but I can't with the Old Testament. And I know a lot of it's been rejiggered. And then the games that they're playing right now, again, with like the archaeology finds that they're making up. Hezekiah's seal is 1 centimeter big. We just found Hezekiah's seal in a pile. Look, he was stamping things right here. He was putting his seal on the. Hopefully, he wasn't sending sealed letters to. Did they even have sealed letters back then? Hopefully, he wasn't sending sealed letters to, anybody with bad eyesight. Could this be a forgery? I don't know. I can't see. But yeah. Yeah, like the Iraq archaeology finds, I'd imagine, since they've had full military control of that country for 20 years, that anything that comes out of there that they just discovered, there was a stonesmith there the day before. Wild speculation, but I've been assuming when they do these things, we've done a dig. Look, we've just dug up this, like, it's a statue of a person, but they've got like a mason. Ha 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 ha. They've got a mason there carving it out, so like it looks like they're digging it up, but they're just like sitting there carving. I get a lot of cars that drive by me with caution lights on. Be worried, you might die. No, dude, be happy, I might die. Tortured people do not scare easy, because the way out of torture is obvious. So this guy just rams into his driveway with his, no? Okay, he didn't. In and out of his driveway. Is he just parking? Wild, man. I know, once you, there's 2 attitudes for driving shitty, right? One is, I know, caution, man, just up and down. Tell me you're delivering newspapers so I can believe that you're a normal person. What's up? Alright, normal person. Again, you get paranoid with these things. He is just delivering newspapers, I assume. Although, that's hard to believe, too. The newspaper guy just ripped into my driveway and pulled a 3-point turn at 20 miles an hour. Who knows? Again, yay, death. Like, the death threats will not work. People need good lives, not lives fueled by nightmare, horror, and torture to want to live, boys. You guys are fucking up. You gotta... Like, what works on normal people, right? Why normal people aren't concerned with your, because it's not bothering them. They're leading good lives and they don't want to be... They know that you're the type of people that make Karen Cheeky exit the planet. And they don't want to be involved. It's, I'm sure, the first thought that flashes through many people's mind when you inform them of the terrorism. So who knows? But yeah. But how? How can there be an FBI that's fully corrupted? Like, how is that? How do they manage that? I mean, I get, like, you know, they promote, and I'm sure the way they study childhood and, like, they go after people young. So it's probably, you know, like, oh, this guy tortured dogs when he was a child, so, like, we can promote him safely without even having to expose that we're a secret cabal, and we'll get him to slip on. You know, just wait till he rapes a woman and then we've really got him on the hook. Then he's really a super soldier for us. Like, that seems to be how they operate. That's how they seem to pick presidents with Epstein Island. And maybe it's just too much for them to give up. Like, once you're so far gone that you're involved in cult child molestation. It's not pedophilia, right? It's hebophilia is like 13 to 16 or whatever it is, but yeah. Insanity. Insanity. But yeah, how do witches take over every frickin' nation on the planet? And when I say witches, I mean, it's talking Bible stuff, right? The sin of rebellion is the same as the sin of witchcraft. Like, a witch would be like, well, what does the demon say I should do? And I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna do evil. Like, it's very similar, right? The outcome is the same. The evil forces don't seem to have many hands and feet without people walking for them. So, but anyway, how can you be, like, all you people, like, none of you people watch James Bond and you're like, that's cool, man, I can really fight evil. They're all like, if I become elite, then I can be super criminal. Like, that's how they get you all, or is it all just clubbed? Say bloodline, that's their thinking, right? It's miseducated as a child as to what humanity is, what people are. Again, I don't have it anymore, but I remember the visceral, sure feeling that, you know, like, oh, would fight for things. But anyway, no, I just do it to have something to do, feel good about myself. They're like, God, forgive me, look, I am fighting all of Satan. I am taking the Job whatever challenge. Take the Job whatever challenge. What's the verse in Job? God's like, and, you know, you'd force multiply it, right? Like, it wouldn't have to be one person. Like, what if we all got together and made people not be Nazis? What's the Job challenge that I sometimes fondly think of? Like, well, maybe I could do that. It was, yeah, like if you could, I don't know. It's like rebuke the nations or something like that. Then God will say your own strong right hand could save you. But it's not like, you know, it's like actual goodness, right? We're far enough removed away from times when people were cannibals and burning babies alive in ovens. Like, everyone gets that that's wrong. Like even like you get like Christopher Hitchens blasting God, but he's using God's terms to blast God. He's like, well, where are the Amalekites? While he's like promoting Bush's false flag war. But you know, given the reincarnation state of things that God seems to be painting for me, I guess the Amalekites are probably somewhere in Jersey or living in Wisconsin or somewhere nice. So it seems to me all we get is what we have. I sometimes manage to motivate myself thinking, well, it means my dad's out there. I should at least do it for my dad. He did so much for me. My dad's out there, an infant. He's waking up and probably being injected with your like mind sedating, mind destroying protections as a child. Here's a fun thought I had. My teeth. To be fair, the fluoride lie is a bit of a lie. If you're not with sugar, like if you're like, now that I've switched to super low sugar and like I do like orange juice and then like this much water in it, my teeth have stopped rotting away. But yeah, that was me going hard for God promise. So like, you know, you're supposed to have glowing health if you're doing good. It hasn't worked out quite yet, but has sort of worked out. And again, you know, it's a meeting of like trying to be healthy versus being tortured. And hey, well, anyway, how are you guys? How do you guys get on TV? Like, where's the disconnect? And you're like, oh, well, we're very concerned. They believe they were concerned. Like, how can you be that person? And again, it seems to be demons will tickle brains because they all have that same like in the middle of war crimes and crimes against humanity. Who knows? This is just my examination from my personal demon torture. But yeah. How can you take, you're supposed to be good, do good, and then you're like, yeah, well, actually, the secret is that we torture people and we're Nazis. Like, no, that's, yeah. The key there is to be good, do good. Think good of other people. Try to help them when you can, as best you can. That is the highest good that I can find around here. These are the people I like to be around. I like to be around sincere good people. I'd rather be around sincere good people than dwell among you gang stalk torturers, but we have fun sometimes. We have fun, don't we? So anyway, hopefully this is a clean for YouTube video. Good enough to get past no free sprechen. Have a good night.